Let's try that again. Good morning everybody, my name is Osa and it is Saturday. We are playing FS19 on Oakfield Farm. I have tried to get a guidance steering line set up for this and I cannot for the life of me match it back to what we were doing last week. So this is all going to be manual. Best I can do. Kids are in the house, so it is going to be loud. We also have the fish tank is now installed and cycling through its nitrogen cycle, so there may be some running water noises in the background. But outside of that, we're here to get these beets planted. I have also got the Grimmer DLC for potatoes and added it to this game save, so next year we might add potatoes to our frustrating crops to harvest. Long hauler, good morning, welcome to the stream. So I'm currently looking out the window looking at the remains of snow from earlier in the week, and we are due about up to 3 to 4 inches tonight, which will be all sorts of fun. As I said, we've got the kids in the house this weekend, and adoptive daughter is going to visit her aunt this afternoon through Sunday afternoon, so we get half a break because we're still going to have the rest of the kids in the house till Sunday afternoon, assuming we don't get more than 3 inches of snow. Yeah. But I will understand if you have to run off and pee every 5 minutes, because there's the sound of running water in the background. Yeah, we cycled the tank about 4 times since Wednesday, or Thursday, to clean up the gravel. And then put the plants in, filled it up with water, put the bacterial starter in, and it all went cloudy. So we're now cycling the nitrogen cycle, which means sit back and let it do its thing until the water clears up. Gonna grab that little bit there, because why not? I'm actually not sure how much more of this I've got. I think I did the entirety of the corners or edges of the field, so we're really looking at this stretch in the middle. Then we can put this hopper away for a year. We will be doing beets next year. I think potatoes tend to be a horrible crop to do because they just don't comfortably fit into a rotation. So what I might do is, on a new purchase field this year, because most of the fields I'm purchasing are non-contract, so haven't grown anything in the last year, we'll put potatoes on that and maybe just do potatoes on that field forevermore. Thus quoth the raven. Actually, he quoth nevermore, but well. Misquoting literature I never read. So yeah, obviously we started the tank cycle yesterday, so probably sometime this afternoon after the stream I'm going to be doing a chemical check on the tank to see if we have the nitrates we need started. And if we do, we can move our poor little fish from the fish bowl into his new home. Because he's been stuck in that fish bowl since the Wicked Witch of the Midwest locked down Michigan. But that should sort itself out. On other news, apparently the dine-in restaurants will be open from this coming Monday, which will be nice, and obviously everybody's going to go out to eat, so I'm probably not going to bother for a week or two. I mean, even on a Sunday, there are some restaurants around here you just don't go to eat on Sunday after church because they are packed and queuing. Probably end up at Three Amigos. They tend not to have a lot of queues, especially they've got 3 outlets in this town or in this city and around it, so we tend to go to the one out in the countryside. I have no idea why they've got one out there, but it's a good one to go to because it's very lightly trafficked. And if we go with a group from church, we usually outnumber the other patrons by a good multiple of 3. Well, that doesn't surprise me. So, well, maybe they can work it out. I mean, as it is, there is a new version of Chellington Valley on the Farming Agency's website. I believe fs-uk.com. Can't remember off the top of my head. But new version of Chellington. I do not know if it is a patch to the one that was released on Giants, or whether it is a full Farming Agency modded version, which tends to be a different game map. So, for example, there is a Farming Agency version of this map, but I can't download the Farming Agency version of the map and then just start the gameplay on this, on this game save on that map. What I have to do is transfer all of the game save information from this particular game save to a new game save that started on the Farming Agency map. So I don't know the details of the Chellington map, whether it's a Farming Agency update of the Giants version and thus a different map. Technically same map, images but different game files. I don't know what was fixed on it. I think there's sort of hopefully the fertilizer contracts are fixed. Because if you do a fertilizer contract on Chellington, you take the contract, it completes, you get paid, you don't do anything. So, yeah, there are things that need to be fixed. But the release notes on it didn't seem to indicate exactly what was fixed. Okay, topping is done. Let's lift that off the ground and run it back to the yard. Excuse me a second. There we go. My wheels were getting caught in the chair wheels were getting caught in the steering wheel stand. Okay, I'm just just going to jump in the cab. Yeah, this tractor's going to get a lot more dirty before it's all said and done. Wow. Just noticed, we got 51 hours on this thing. We only use it for fertilising and sugar beets. Although, yeah, sugar beets. So we'll clean this off since we are done with it for the year. Yeah, after the first year and doing 2 fields of sugar beets, I'm kind of not inclined to do that again. 500,000 litres of beets should be quite sufficient for boosted income. Okay, let's go again. Field 19. Ah, yes. Yeah, I think I noticed that. I've been watching Farmer Cop do Chellington, and I don't think he bothered with Field 19, but he did make a comment that, oh, it's free. I'm not going to take advantage of that. Okay, disconnect is that button. Missed that just a bit. Okay, that's done. So now that we've topped that field, the crop is safe from crop destruction. So I think what I'll do, we'll take this up to the field. I will get it started on a worker. I don't expect the worker to get very far, but we can run back to the yard and grab the cart to bring the beets home, and we'll put them back where we did last time, in the root crop storage area. Now, if I go for potatoes as well, we are probably going to need to buy a root crop silo or storage shelter or something, because it's, with potatoes you want to collect what you have, plant the new field, and then sell what's left over. So you're using last year's very, very cheap potatoes to plant the crop. So I'm going to need long-term potato storage. Okay, let's see. We'll aim that somewhat that way. That looks good. Jump out, get that straight, and tell the worker to get on with it. Okay, so that tractor has 51 hours. That's the AGCO, that's how it's somewhat not very close to our 2 big tractors. They are still beating it by a good 15 hours each. Okay, we are going to be cycling this tractor a lot quicker than we did the truck. I think the semi-trailer has about 40,000 litres, and I could use that. I've got the truck set up on the bale trailer because we have silage to sell. Yeah, see? The grain tank is nearly full. I may just drive on the crop just because. I mean, our first bout of sugar beet harvest we did as a I harvest pretty much all of it. And as soon as it got full, I'd drive back to the edge of the field, dump the sugar beets, and take over again. Okay, I'm going to jump down to there and check what this is about. Yeah, I don't need a chainsaw on the bales. That is now silage, 124,000 litres thereof. So, at some point, I can... where's that? That is that. Okay, 6,163. That's a little bit more because it moved and dumped. So we get about 3 loads, just over 3 loads before we have to run back to the yard. And I kind of don't mind using a worker for this because we have the money, because we got the big cell. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Yes, there we go. So I'm going to have to deal with the sheep in a while. But more importantly, what I wanted to check was potatoes. Good sell point is... oh, the usual. 3rd day of winter. And planting of potatoes. Oh, there they were. Wow. So we can plant potatoes there. And that's the best time to sell them as well. I'm figuring that the ground needs to be not frozen in order for that to be a thing. But if I do plant potatoes, we're going to have to keep track on what we plant and how we plant them and stuff. We don't make it to the edge. We'll have to do that manually. And there's probably going to be a similar problem down the far end. Okay, let's go find the lindner. I believe left-hand side is the existing sheeps again. 20,000, that's more than half, but potentially 4 bales. I'll... Oops. Back. Okay. Grab the bales. Very, very carefully. Shuffle back. And then break some tractor parts. It's an awesome bale fork, but I'm really not sure it's designed for this. I'm not sure it's designed for a Massey 7 series either, or any other Class 7 tractor, to be fair. Okay, jump out there, open that, turn on the water, and go and empty the harvester, which has made 2 passes and loaded our trailer effectively. Well, as he goes along, we won't be driving on the crop quite much. That's a good job of counting. Ah, yes. Well, he's only 3. Eek. That's done. Back to our Lindner. Yeah, I grabbed Chellington off the mod hub. I haven't grabbed Chellington off of the farming agency. I only found out about it tail end of this week as a notification on YouTube. Oh, didn't all go. Stab that. There's 1580. There is no rain due, so I'll leave that there and it will auto-fill the trough as the sheep eat. Squeak. Close the gate and we can put the Lindner away. That is done with. Nice. So sugar beets are going to take as long to harvest as they take to harvest. So I'm not, we'll just keep the worker running and service it as needed. I think the next thing I'll do after we park this up, well, I'm going to have to bring some sugar beets back to the yard. But we will then put, we'll take the bales down to the place where we take bales. They give us lots of money. BGA, that's a good place to go. Okay, that looks good enough. And we'll get the final 17%. So yeah, very bad of me driving on the crop, but even with crop destruction on, the crop is safe once you've topped it, so no worries. Okay, that's 21,000. I would like to get another grain car. I could consider that actually. I only really have 2 big tractors to haul it with. And I can't really get a high-sided trailer because of the stuff we're emptying into it. But for carting grains from the harvester, I can't really, well, I could use a big tractor. Actually, yeah, I think there is no crop that I have that requires both of my big tractors to do, although typically when I'm doing grains, I have one of them running around with the with a plough or a cultivator and planting a cover crop as quickly as I can. Tell you what, this is much easier than the what is it? Is that the right button? Nope. Oh, yes it was. This is much easier than using the semi-trailer. There we go. So I think what I'll do is we'll open the silage bales, start loading them on the auto-load trailer if that works. If not, I'll grab the Lindner and manually load the truck, and I'll have the Challenger follow the truck down to the store, and we can pick up another trailer similar to this. I have a couple loaded because I didn't want everything to look the same, so I have a lot of options of sort of 20,000 to 30,000 litre trailers. Okay, let's see. Restarting challenge and going biogas this time. And also because Chellington has a fairly complicated range of grasses and making hay and stuff. I mean, even on this map, I don't have, it's just wet grass, dry grass, and hay. I don't have to watch that. I do not have to worry about tedding it 3 times or whatever. But looking at the price of what we get for silage, which is somewhere in the region of 230 per 1,000 litres, and then what we pay for hay, which is something like 650, it's just easier, especially with the weather. Okay, yes, auto-load trailers are cheating, but I have front loaders and stuff, so if I could do this with a worker I would. And we've already proved I can stack bales somewhat successfully, but it can take time, so we're just trying to move this along. So yeah, you can see these are still treated as square bales, but there's one left. Shoot. One left, and I don't have a front loader for the Challenger. Are we going to make that turn? No. Hence the gaps in the bales. Yes, that was another thing. I am going to buy one of these. Oh, we have more of those. I have a lot of things still like that. I'm going to buy, where is it again? One of these, because it allows me to make crates of sugar beets and potatoes, and I do want to crate up my sugar beets, or some of my sugar beets this year.